Hello and welcome to this episode of SPR's What's on Tech. My name is Matt Mead and I'm the Chief Technology Officer for SPR. SPR's What's on Tech video series is all about talking with experts at SPR about modern technology and all things related to creating beautiful and world-class solutions. I want to introduce my guest on this episode, the Director of UX and Product Design at SPR, Taylor Regan. Welcome, Taylor.
Hey, Matt. Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. We're going to talk about something that I find incredibly interesting is the fusion or integration between UX and product design and the rest of development. Or lack thereof, this integration and fusion. I suppose you'll be informing us here in the next few minutes. I think about how long we've been talking about the integration of various parts of the development lifecycle. And specifically, if I go back to, say, 2016 with the book Sprint, which I know you're very, very familiar with, that's really all about product design and integrating UX and product into the development lifecycle. And I think even further back to waterfall, and then the unified process, and then extreme programming, and then finally Scrum and design sprints and all this, I feel like we've been talking about this in the industry for a long time. And at SPR, I know we've been talking about this and doing integration for over 10 years. Why are we still having the same conversation?
It's a great question. Because I do remember 15 years ago and doing 50 to 100 page design specs and like chucking them over a wall to a dev team and crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. But I'm really glad that we've moved away from that into more collaborative, process-driven flow. I think the conversation, it may not necessarily be the same so much as it's ongoing because the process itself is organic. That's such as, software development, custom software solution lifecycle, right? I think it's never going to be done. It's going to be ongoing. But with that comes change.
We work with a bunch of different clients and we get to see into their environments, and we see some clients at one end of the spectrum that are just doing a fantastic job. They value UX, they value product design. It's an important part of their way of working. And they're doing things really well. And then we see some people, unfortunately, at the other end of the spectrum where it just seems like maybe it's not optimal. There's lots of room for opportunity for integrating UX and product design into the whole product and development lifecycle. What is it that the companies are doing that are doing it well? What are they doing different?
There's still a lot of confusion and misconception around that. The only way to really realize the value of UX and user-centered design is by following a rigid process. And that's just simply not true. What successful companies do time and time again is use the full spectrum of available UX and product design activities, but they do it in a targeted way. They go after targeted value to their business and approach ongoing product modernization and innovation in a fluid manner that's both adaptive and agile, and really flexes, I think, the creative, problem-solving skills that design brings to the table. But that happens in collaboration and coordination with, technology, business, and marketing teams. So as for how to integrate design and development well, I think for me, it comes down to four things. Leading with structured insights and data-informed strategies. Developing and maturing a design ops model that works with DevOps. Defining and tracking design and product experience performance with the same rigor that you would revenue and costs. And then finally, I think really periodically renewing your customer insights to help drive your business vision, strategy, and evolving technologies.
There's kind of a lot there. So if an organization is looking to up their game,
right,
what's the one thing that they could start with to try and increase that integration or collaboration between UX, product development, and the development teams?
When we work with clients that are trying to start off It's really, start small, go after low risk, high value solutions for your customers, and then use those early projects to begin, laying a foundation and really modeling what's going to work for your business and your culture and your teams, and use that to scale up from there. Go after the low risk, high value stuff, and then you can use that to really build a foundation upon that.
It sounds pretty simple. I'm sure it's not quite that simple.
Yeah, it sounds simple, but yeah.
Hey, Taylor, thanks so much for joining me here today on SPR's What's on Tech. This was really fun and I think informative.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been great.